Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ron Zayer. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight for this webinar about how to own your own life, discover how to create the lifestyle that you have always wanted and dreamed about. I don't know why you're here tonight, why you've joined us, what you're looking for, but what we're going to share with you are actual strategies that people have used to develop the lifestyle that they have wanted. I know that means different things for each of us, but there are some similarities, and we'd like to explore them tonight and talk about what people have done and what people are doing. For myself, for my wife, Lois, we started out 20 plus years ago. We were newly married. We got married with nothing but debt. And so she had a great job. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do when I grew up, but we were both working downtown, commuting a couple hours a day, working 10 plus hours each day. And when we looked ahead, we saw financial we saw finances in our future. Excuse me there for the twisted tongue. We saw finances in our future, but we didn't see a lifestyle that we wanted. And so we decided to make a change. I started in this business, and within 5 years, my wife was able to quit her job and become a stay at home mom. Within another 5.5, 6 years, I was able to retire and live off of the residual income of my home based business. Well, after 8 years of that, we decided to get back. We had been successful. We had experienced that success. We had helped members of our team become very successful and earn way above average incomes. But we wanted to work with more people to help more people experience real lifestyle freedom. And so we came back into the business and we're excited about what we're seeing. Now, a couple people on this webinar tonight with us, I'd like to invite them to share a little bit of their experience. So, first up is a woman who I've had the privilege of working with and knowing for many, many years. She is passionate not only about the message that she can bring through her home based business, but about helping other people to become equally successful. Barb Ashcroft, are you with us here?
I sure am, Ron. Can you hear
Hey,
me okay?
yes, I can hear you quite well. Thank you, Barb, so much for joining us tonight. Would you just share a little bit with the group that's on the call tonight, a bit about your background and what designing your lifestyle has meant for you?
Well, thank you so much. Hearing your story took me right back because I was a corporate banker, and initially I loved that job um, because I love being around people and I'm a people person. But it didn't take all that long for the mega stresses of, the whole politicking kind of environment that you have, as well as you're only paid as much as someone else uh, sees your value.
Hmm.
And so that was very frustrating. I guess I had an entrepreneurial bent way back in my DNA. I'm not
Okay.
sure,
Right. Right.
but it was as much as I initially enjoyed the job, it started affecting my health, and the stresses just, really started to take effect. And then I got to the point with my senior status that I couldn't earn anymore.
Hmm.
So it was not a win-win anymore at
Hmm.
all,
Hmm.
to the point of losing my health. So then, as I see that as a total contrast to what I'm doing here with RBC Life and what RBC Life has allowed me to do, first off, to get my health back,
Hmm.
but just being able to take those people skills and apply it in a profession where you're paid for what you accomplish, and the sky's the limit.
Hmm. Hmm. And Barb, I know you, and so I can tell the people who are with us tonight that you are a person who really can be goal driven and really wants to achieve and use your abilities to be the best that you can be. And how is developing your home-based business with RBC Life help you and give you opportunity to do that?
Oh my goodness. We have been able to see so much of the world
Mm,
because of RBC Life, and this is travel that we would have never ever seen ourselves doing.
mm,
Just ultra uh, wonderful traveling with the incentives that RBC has put in place. So that has been beyond our realm, and I definitely am task and goal driven.
mhm,
And so but what's so exciting, Ron, is to also be driven to help your team and to see them reach new levels that maybe they didn't think they could do.
mm,
So that's been powerful from a personal development point of view, but also establishing a really solid income.
mm. So when you speak of income, Barb, because I know that there's people with us tonight who are going to be asking the question, does this really work in terms of income? Does it really work? Have you been able to support yourself with a home-based business?
Absolutely. I think our very first check when I first got started, I think it was $5.71. I wish I would
Woohoo! That was a start, but you're not going to really.
have go too far.
Yeah.
Uh, so that was, I wish I would have photocopied it because we, we got to one point, when both of our kids were in university, and here's what challenge I threw out to them so they would help us build our business. I
Okay.
said anything over 10,000 a month will go directly onto your student loans.
Okay.
And there was many, 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 many months over 10,000 a month.
Wow.
And then to be able to have them both get married within 6 weeks of each other and pay for those weddings cash was just so less stress
Wow.
than what we see
Hmm.
out there in the
Hmm.
norm.
Hmm. I think many people with us tonight probably know or have experienced or could imagine the potential stress of two weddings within just a few weeks of one another. That's
Hmm.
awesome. That's awesome. And so what would you say to people who are considering an RBC Life home-based business?
I would heartily endorse that at the very, very least, they consider this building their plan B,
Hmm.
because there's an awful lot of people that their plan A isn't working out.
Hmm.
And how powerful that you could be spending small amounts of time and being able to build a network that products flow through, that you can have income coming in month after month after month. We still have customers that 20 plus years have been ordering the products monthly, and we receive a thank you check, and they receive good health.
That's
So
awesome.
it's a powerful combination.
It sounds like a powerful win-win. Thank you, Barb, so much. Really appreciate you being on. Really appreciate you sharing that with everyone tonight. Thanks, Barb.
Thank you.
So next up, I'd like to, Barb is a veteran. She's a multi-award winner. She's someone who I so appreciate and respect because she is still continuing to work with her team to help mentor them and ensure that they have the same success that she has had. But next up, I'd like to invite someone to share who is uh, more recently joined and has had success. And also, I just appreciate so much the passion she brings as she has been building her team and building her business. Kim Gregg, are you with us tonight?
Yes, Ron, I am.
Awesome. Kim, could you just share a little bit with the folks? What has it meant to you to be building an RBC Life home based business?
Well, first of all, it was a shock because I
Okay.
was I was a senior project manager in an engineering company, and the thought of doing a home-based business, and certainly one that would make money and would provide some success, was something that was just not on my radar.
Really?
But with RBC Life, it allows me to live and work and play when I want and where I want, which is something I never had working in Calgary, again with the 2 hours commute, as you were talking about, Ron.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just a phenomenal opportunity. And through all my career, earning pretty darn good money, it still was, you saw so many other folks that took their jobs as, well, job standing for just over broke, but realizing that no matter how hard they worked, they were pigeonholed. They, as Barb said, they weren't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what really kind of got to me is that a lot of people said, well, if I show up or I don't show up, the pay's the same. So in there, well, where's your incentive? Where's your job satisfaction? Where's your self-motivation?
Right.
That's what I really enjoy about this business, is that I am doing quite well. I'm quite successful since I've plugged in October, but it's the success of the team, as Barb was saying. That is huge for me. That is just extraordinary when we can see our associates working hard and getting rewarded right away, and knowing that the work that they put in today is still going to pay off for them down the road. And, for those folks out there who don't know, I used RBC Life products for quite a while and absolutely loved them, but didn't get plugged into the business end of things until October of last year, where since that time, we're now in August, I'm happy to say that my pay has gone up 500%. I just did the math before the call.
All right.
And I don't remember getting a 500% pay raise.
And in addition to that, what other benefits have you experienced in building your business?
Well, as Barb was alluding to, the personal development, secretly I kind of thought I might have some potential for something better than what I was doing in my life, but not really having the confidence to just go out and grab it. And what I really appreciate about RBC Life is the potential that they saw in me before I did. They saw more in me than I saw in myself. For that, I'm eternally grateful.
That's
and
awesome.
Just as a sideline too, Ron, I think everything in my life that I've done, worked for, learned, has prepared me for this and has led me to this basic crossroad in my life. And well, it's not a crossroad anymore. I've crossed the road,
Right.
and I am an RBCer for life. And if anybody is waffling on a decision to join an attraction marketing company, then you have made the right call tonight.
Awesome. And Kim, a couple months from now, you're embarking on something pretty exciting.
Very, very exciting. The incentive trip this year is Mediterranean cruise from Barcelona through Rome, Florence, Marseille, and Mallorca. And RBC Life has very generously let me know that we have qualified. So my husband and I, together with Air, are going on a fantastic trip for a whole week with the upper echelon and the movers and shakers and mentors in RBC Life, and we are so excited.
Awesome. And you've earned that trip, and so we congratulate you on that and are excited to have you on that trip, as well as, of course, being part of the RBC Life team. So
thank you, Ron.
Thank you for sharing tonight, Kim. That's awesome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Well, folks, I think you hear the enthusiasm in Barb and Kim's voices, and I'd like to share with you a bit about what's the how-to, what is the strategies, a bit more about the business that we're talking about tonight. First off, we're going to talk a bit about some products. We have to tell you that the statements that we're talking about tonight have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Let's talk about us as individuals first off, if we can. All of us have dreams, and I'd like to ask, what are yours? Perhaps we could sum up most of our dreams as health to enjoy life and wealth and time to experience life. We sometimes say it's about health, it's about wealth, and it's about a whole lot more. But maybe you dream of being able to travel, to go and visit exotic places. Maybe you dream about being able to volunteer your time, your energy to worthy causes. Perhaps you dream about having a luxury car, a new home. Maybe it's about paying off debt, about having more leisure time, about time with loved ones, nice clothes, education, charities, being able to give to charities, about taking those vacations, about being able to save money and having financial security that can bring. All of us have dreams, but somehow along life's way, we end up shrinking our dreams to fit the size of our reality. And we rationalize that process. We've dreamt about having a new home. We've pictured it in our mind. We've gone to open houses. We've driven down those streets. And yet we give up on that dream and we rationalize, well, imagine how much time it would take to clean that house. Imagine what the repair bills would be on that luxury car. Oh, giving to charities. Do you know how much money is wasted by charities? Oh, travel. My goodness, people get sick when they travel. They have to sit on airplanes. Have you tried airplane food recently? I'll just sit in my lazy boy and with the remote in hand, popcorn on one hand and a beer or two on the other hand, and just watch the Travel Channel. Give up on our dreams and we shrink our dreams down to the size of our reality instead of growing our reality to match our dreams. And one of the things I respect so much about Barb Ashcroft and Kim Gregg is that they're growing their reality. And as they grow their reality, they're also growing their dreams. And they're taking action to do them. And Kim referred to the encouragement that she received. And I heard a quotation today, and someone said, "Isn't it odd that we so often congratulate people who have succeeded and yet fail to encourage those who are trying to succeed?" How are your dreams going? Are you shrinking your dreams to match your reality or growing your reality to match your dreams? Well, let's talk about how RBC is helping people. We might say that there are two pressing problems that are robbing people of their dreams. Why is it we so often give up? Well, number one is an epidemic of poor health. You know that 97% of Americans are nutritionally deficient? In Canada, it's basically the same. In two of the richest countries in the world, we're not getting the nourishment we need. And so is it any wonder why disease rates are skyrocketing? Is it any wonder why life expectancy is decreasing? My children are the first generation in history with a shorter life expectancy than their parents. That's terrible. And yet there's little investment in prevention. It's all about treatment. It's all about invasive procedures, symptom suppression, toxic drugs, band-aid solutions. Let's cover it up. Let's zap it. Let's cut it out. Let's drug it. Let's do something to get rid of the symptoms. Number two problem is people are losing control of finances and time. They're working longer hours and weighted down by more stress. We were traveling last week. I heard a report from a radio station somewhere in Oregon, and they said that they cited a study that found that over 40% of people lose sleep at night as they stress over their jobs. Your Kim referred to job as J-O-B, just over broke. People are struggling and feeling unfulfilled in jobs that they're not able to use their talents and abilities in. Personal debt, bankruptcies are rising at an ever-increasing rate. 95% of people end up out of time and out of money as they approach their golden years. And yet the common solutions that are put out to us are just Band-Aid solutions. Symptom suppression for your health. Save more, work more, spend less for finances, or just hold on. Just get used to it. Those aren't the solutions. that Kim and Barb were satisfied with. Those aren't the solutions that myself and my wife Lois are satisfied with. Those aren't the solutions that this man, Clinton Howard, was satisfied with. He was a wellness pioneer. He was an icon in the medical industry, retired after an extremely successful career. And then one day, approximately 24 years ago, he looked around and he saw the poor health of so many people. He looked around and he saw so many people struggling financially and stuck in jobs that were not fulfilling and meaningful. And he said, life doesn't have to be this way. And after all the success that he had, he did something about it. He founded a company which today is known as RBC Life. It's a company that has helped hundreds of thousands of people to better health, wealth, and a whole lot more. It's a company backed by research. It's a company with history, with stability, integrity, with opportunity, and a strong mission to help people grow their reality to match the size of their dreams. How does RBC Life do it? How has it worked for us and so many others? Well, first of all, RBC Life brings us health to enjoy life. Through its evidence-backed products, RBC Life serves total body health needs. Our products are recommended by doctors, backed by science, consumed by people seeking longer, healthier lives. Now we've got over 50 different products in different categories, but I'm not going to get into all of them because you don't need to know about all of them. Let's focus just for a minute on some of the core products. Let's start with the basics. Well, you've heard about stem cells. They're those repair cells within the body. You've probably heard about stem cell therapy because it's been so much in the news these days. What are stem cells? They're the cells in the body that go to a point of injury, whether it's a cut on your finger or damage to one of the vital organs. The body sends out a call for the stem cells. Come on over and help us. The stem cells go to that location, they turn into the damaged cells and thus repair the damage. Now you can imagine if your body has lots of circulating stem cells, that damage can be repaired readily quickly. If your body doesn't have many stem cells, well, you can imagine what could happen. Now, you've heard the controversial and sometimes ethical questions related to stem cell injections. You may even have heard about some of the so-called products that are promoted as nutritional products to help support stem cells in the body. Well, StemKine is a product that has been clinically proven, published in peer-reviewed journals. It's been clinically proven to increase levels of circulating stem cells. It nourishes the bone marrow. So your body has more of these stem cells. We could tell you story after story. We put StemKine together with a product called Microhydrin Plus, which provides energy, endurance, and longevity. Microhydrin Plus is a powerful antioxidant protector. Okay, antioxidants fight against free radicals. Free radicals are one of the causes of so many of the so-called aging diseases, which are rampant health breakdown factors in our society. Microhydrin Plus helps to increase alkalinity, provide more energy and endurance. So while StemKine nourishes the body to produce more of those healing, repairing, rejuvenating stem cells, Microhydrin Plus provides protection to the body, increases alkalinity, that's a healthy internal environment, and fuels the cells of the body for more energy and endurance. We take those two products and then we add something like Oliviva as an option, which provides as much antioxidant protection as 14 servings of fruits and vegetables. It has an assortment of botanical beverages with a long history of nourishing and supporting the body to function effectively. Or someone might say, you know what, immunity, digestion, and circulation are really important to us. To me, well, we've got a product called Vitalo. Others who are saying, I'm healthy, my body's functioning well, I'm at my peak, but I want to stay there. Protivity is a great option because it provides highly digestible, bioavailable amino acids for muscle repair and building. Some people take just Microhydrin Plus and StemKine. Some people add Oliviva or Vitalo or both. Some people add in Protivity depending on their lifestyle and their particular needs. It really is that simple. And we've got stories after stories after stories. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people who have experienced benefits of taking products such as these. So what about the wealth side of it? Well, wealth to experience life. Now, when we're talking about wealth, when we're talking about income, let's be really clear. There are different kinds of income. So what kind of income would you rather earn? First off is linear income. That's when you trade a unit of time or effort for a unit of income. Mostly we earn linear income, and it is the most common kind of income through being paid by wages or by salaries. You exchange an hour of your time for a certain number of dollars. You exchange a month of your time. You exchange a year of your time for a certain number of dollars. Some people are paid on contract. You fulfill a certain job. You exchange your energy, your effort to complete a certain task, and you are paid. Some salespeople, they're paid by the sale. But it's linear income. So what does that mean? It means that when you stop putting out time or effort, your income stops. When you put out more time or effort, your income can go up. Well, the thing about linear income is that if you want to increase your income, what do you have to do? You have to put out more time or more effort. And when you get to a point of maxing, something else has to suffer. It might be your health, it might be your relationships, it might be your leisure time, but something else has to give. And once you stop putting out that time and effort, what happens to your income? You're right, it ends. Second kind of income is what's called residual income. It's when your time or your effort today leads to ongoing income into the future. So I will get paid for my effort and my time put in today, not only today or tomorrow, but next month, the month after that, the month after that, the month after that. And that income is added to the income I'm making from what I did last month and the month before and the month before. Well, the most common kind of residual income is interest on investments. Certain sales jobs also make some residual income. If there's premiums like life insurance or health insurance, the life insurance or the health insurance salesperson, as you continue to pay your premiums for that contract, they will continue to get some income. The third kind of income is what's called leveraged income. Your time or effort today leads to income based upon not just your own efforts, but based upon the work of other people as well. So if you own a business or you manage other people, you will get paid something based upon their efforts. Now, what kind of income would you prefer to have? What kind of income do you think would give you the most time freedom, would give you the ability to design your own lifestyle over the long term? Well, certainly it's not linear income, but that's where over 90% of workers, that's where over 90% of people are stuck these days. Residual income sounds pretty good, but if you want to earn residual income off of investments, well, suppose you just want to make $500 a month, how much would you have to have invested at today's rate of returns? Well, if it's a safe rate of return, you'd have to have somewhere between $100,000 and $300,000 invested in order to earn just $500 a month. What about leveraged income? What are the success rates of businesses? How much would it cost to start a franchise? So what if you could earn residual income and leveraged income without having to invest it hundreds of thousands of dollars. Do you think it would be worth looking into that? See, RBC Life business builders earn commissions based upon their performance. If you want to earn more income, there are specific things that you can do. RBC Life business builders work today to build long-term residual income. You heard Barb Ashcroft refer to that. She's making money today because of work that she did 5, 10, 15, even 20 years ago. RBC Life business builders achieve success by helping others succeed, and they're paid for the success of their team members. Bob Proctor says that this kind of business is the kind of business that is most in harmony with the laws of the universe. Why? Because it rewards you for helping other people. Barb Ashcroft working for the bank, if she wants to get promoted, what does she have to do? Or what has to happen? Well, somebody else in that position that she wants has to either quit, retire, or get fired. But with this kind of business, if you want to be promoted, what do? You help other people on your team become more successful. RBC Life Builders experience the benefits of personal development that Kim Gregg referred to, that we've seen time after time. People come to us and say, I'm more confident, my relationships have improved, my mindset, my attitudes have improved. RBC Life Builders work a proven success system with successful mentors, people who have experience, people who have been successful, people who are building towards greater success, who have done it. Because you are part of their team, are committed to your success as well. RBC Life business builders build relationships as part of a vibrant, fun community. Hey, don't you want to be passionate about being passionate about what you do? Don't you want to have fun as part of what you're doing? Part of that training that we provide is through what are called Quick Start Boot Camps. These are hands-on workshops, an opportunity to learn, practice, to master the fundamental mindset, skills, tools, and system that will lead to success. So be sure to ask the person who sent you, who invited you to this webinar tonight or to watch this video, ask them when the next Quick Start Boot Camp is so you can be sure to connect in to receive the training that will help you be successful as quickly as possible. Let's talk a little bit about what exactly it is that RBC Life business builders do. Well, first off, RBC Life business builders, you build your business, number one, by bringing on new business builders, people who see the opportunity, people who are willing to take action to grow their reality to match the size of their dreams. Number two is by building a growing network of product consumers. Not everyone has the motivation, the commitment, and the work ethic to build an RBC Life business, but so many people can benefit from the products that RBC Life makes available to the marketplace. Those people experience the benefits of those products, and it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard not to tell someone when you're feeling so much better. And that network of product consumers grows and grows. And then the third thing is leading team members to greater success. Now, you may be looking at these things and say, well, they sound simple, but to be honest, I'm not sure how to bring on new business builders. I'm not sure how to build a growing network of product consumers. I'm not sure about how to lead team members to greater success. Well, the great thing is that using your unique abilities and talents, you'll be working with a team of people, with mentors. We will teach you how to do each and every one of those things so that you can experience the success that you need to grow your reality to match the size of your dreams. So your business grows as a growing number of people each consume a small number of products and share the products and opportunity with a small number of people who repeat that process. Sometimes we call that growing your own personal money tree. So let's talk for a minute about getting started as we wrap up here. How does someone get started with RBC Life? Well, there's several options. Number one off is what we call as a basic associate. The cost for that is $117 in Canada, $99 in the US. Value of about $145 in Canada, a little bit less in the US, but you get that in product. Number two option is what we call a business builder. The cost is about $649 in Canada, about $550 in the US. Those are products that you choose that you want to start with. And then the third option is what we call a business builder or a tri-pack. Cost is about $19.43 in Canada, about $16.50 in the US, for a value of, again, it's about product. Now, let me be honest with you. We don't suggest that someone who wants to start an RBC Life business starts with a basic associate kit. It's really kind of a stick your toe in the water, kick the tires kind of start. It's more for people who just want to kind of do a little bit of research, check it out a little bit, try some product. That's great if that's where you're at. We also don't suggest that people start with a business builder tri-pack unless they seriously want to make a full-time income or a more than full-time income and do it as quickly as possible. Really, the sweet spot for starters is as a business builder. Every penny that is spent goes towards product, and that value in product comes back to you. You can choose what it is. We'll help you make that selection so that you can start experiencing the benefit of the products, as well as start sharing them with a few people who will also experience the benefit. Now, any results mentioned are not necessarily typical. Success is the result of hard work and a good attitude. It really is a simple business, but make no mistake about it. It takes work, and it takes a good attitude, and it does take consistency. So my question to you is, what are you willing to do to take action? You know, yesterday my wife Lois and I celebrated our 24th wedding anniversary. We took some time. We were down at the beach. We sat there looking across the water, seeing the mountains, seeing the ships in the harbor, and just chatting and talking and sharing memories and recollections. As we were about ready to leave, a gentleman came and he sat beside us in the log, and we struck up a conversation with this 80-year-old man. And he told us his story about growing up in Eastern Europe, about being a swimming star over there, and then about coming to Canada. He told us his story of going from being a swimming star to picking up bottles, empty pop bottles, empty beer cans along the beach in order to support his family in this new country where he knew neither the language nor the way of life. And then he looked at us and he said to us something that we've heard many times, but it came home in a fresh way as we saw a living example of that before our eyes. He said to us, there is something in the human heart. There is a spirit that it can accomplish unbelievable things when that spirit is engaged and put into action. My question is, what are you willing to do to take action? Are you ready to rediscover your dreams? Are you ready to grow your reality to match the size of your dreams? Are you ready to experience health, wealth, and a whole lot more? Well, about now, there are three typical responses. Some people say thanks, but no thanks. I don't think this kind of business is for me. I want to thank you for joining us tonight, for taking the time to listen, to learn about opportunities that are available. I know that even if this business is not for you, probably our products are for you, because you're walking around in the only body that you'll ever have. So take good care of it. Number two typical response is someone who says, I'd like to do more research. We've got lots of material for you. We've got printed literature. We've got audios. We've got videos. We've got things for you. I would encourage you to do some of your research in your own personal laboratory, which is your own body. Experience some of the benefits of the products and maybe even share some products with a few people that you know and trust so that they too can experience the benefits. And number 3 response is people who say, I get it, I'm ready to go, I want to take action. Well, get back with the person who invited you to this webinar. Tell them if you're 1, 2, or 3, and they'll help you to take the next step. Want to thank you again for joining us tonight. Want to wish you the absolute best for your health, for your wealth, for all of that whole lot more that you are looking for in life as you grow your reality to match your dreams. Look forward to talking to you again in the future real soon. Bye for now.